I wanted to introduce.
Yeah, 1, 2, and then the third.
And then the third was move up. Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
You're all set with that?
Good evening, everyone. Good evening and welcome to the West Orange Board of Education Public Board Meeting on Monday, June 12th, 2023. And it's wonderful to see a huge audience tonight, to see all of our great students be honored. I would like to thank all of you here in person and those watching from home for joining us tonight. I would like to also welcome my fellow board members, as well as Mr. Moore and Ms. Flowers and the student liaisons. Ms. Flowers, would you please take the roll call?
Good evening, everyone. Roll call, please. Mr. Ifker,
Here.
Mr. Stevenson.
Here.
Ms. Tunnicliffe,
Here.
Vice President Huerta,
Here.
President Rock.
Here.
Thank you. Notice of meeting. The New Jersey Open Public Meetings Law was enacted to ensure the right of the public to have advance notice and to attend the meetings of public bodies at which any business affecting their interests are discussed or acted upon. In accordance with the provisions of the Act, a written notice was sent from the Office of the Secretary of the Board on January 6, 2023. That said notice was sent by regular mail to the West Orange Township Clerk and the editors of the West Orange Chronicle and by email to the Star Ledger. That said notice was posted in the lobby of the Administration Building of the Board of Education and posted on the district website. Please be advised that this meeting is being recorded and may be broadcasted on local TV and the district's website at a future date. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Ms. Flowers. In consideration of the closed and public meeting of May 8th, 2023, can I have a motion to accept the minutes?
So moved.
Thank you, Mr. Stevenson. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Thank you, Ms. Tunnicliff. Any comments? Hearing no comments, Ms. Flowers, please take the roll call.
Mr. Ifker,
Yes.
Mr. Stevenson,
Yes.
Ms. Tunnicliff,
Yes.
Vice President Huerta,
Yes.
President Rock.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right, and good evening to our student liaisons, Gianna Dorville and Lance Elingson. Would you two please share your report at this time?
Congratulations to West Orange High School senior Leo Cooks on being the final Scholar Athlete of the Week. Leo's a talented senior who has been involved in the wrestling and baseball programs. Congratulations to West Orange High School senior Michaela De Los Santos for receiving the SEC Best Teammate Award during a ceremony at the Yogi Berra Museum on the campus of Montclair State University. On Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, May 10th, 11th, and 12th, Liberty Middle School performed their production of Descendants the Musical. On Thursday, May 11th, the West Orange High School Orchestra Department presented their spring concert in the West Orange High School Auditorium. On Thursday, May 18th, the West Orange High School Band Department presented their spring concert in the West Orange High School Auditorium. On Thursday, May 18th, the West Orange High School Arts and Craft exhibit was held in the teachers' cafeteria at West Orange High School. On Wednesday, May 24th, the West Orange High School Senior Prom was held at Birchwood Manor. Students enjoyed their time at the venue all night long in their colorful outfits. On Monday, May 29th, the schools will close for all students and staff for observance of Memorial Day. On Wednesday, May 31st, Edison Middle School celebrate the end of Asian American Pacific Islander Month with an assembly featuring valuable information and numerous performances.
On Thursday, June 1st, the annual Senior Awards Night was held in the West Orange High School Auditorium. Here, 105 seniors received 156 scholarships totaling over $115,000, bringing the West Orange Scholarship Fund's support of the West Orange High School student body to over $1.8 million distributed since 1923. On Friday, June 2nd, Career Day was held at Mount Pleasant Elementary School, where numerous professions were available for students to learn about. Some jobs included software engineers, dentists, firefighters, robotic teachers, and more. On Friday, June 2nd, the Italian Club held Italian Night for the first time since 2019. This was a night full of singing and dancing where cultural food and desserts were provided. Lastly, there were scholarships provided to a number of seniors. On Sunday, June 4th, a scholarship dinner was held at the Wilshire Grand Hotel, where Dr. William Farley was recognized and applauded for his 30 years of service. This event also raised funds to create the Dr. William Farley Scholarship, and 4 scholarships were awarded this year. On Tuesday, June 6th, schools were closed for Election Day, where citizens voted in the primary elections. Tomorrow, Wednesday, June 13th, it will be the senior clap out, where seniors will return to the elementary schools they attended and be celebrated by current students. Busing will be available for those who registered. On Monday, June 19th, schools will be closed in observance of Juneteenth. On Monday and Tuesday, June 20th and 21st, there will be a half day for all students and staff. On Friday, June 16th, it will be yearbook distribution day for the senior class of 2023. Here, seniors will have a half day and have the opportunity to sign each other's yearbooks. On Tuesday, June 21st, it will be the last day of the 2022-2023 school year for all students and staff. On Wednesday, June 22nd at 5 p.m. at Cody Arena, West Orange High School will hold its graduation ceremony for the class of 2023. Lastly, on behalf of myself, Lance Elkson, and the other Board of Ed student liaisons, Gianna Dorville, and who's not with us tonight, Eugene Lee and Maura Baker, we would like to thank the board for giving us the opportunity to have an impact in the district. This year, we were able to celebrate student accomplishments and advocate for the return of earlier late buses, which did happen. Thank you for hearing us and valuing our voices.
Thank you both for that report and thank you for your service this year. Next up, we have Mr. Moore. It is time for your report. Please share your superintendent's report at this time.
Thank you, President Rock. Before I begin, I want to congratulate all the stars tonight. You've made us very proud. I'm so happy that this is my second board meeting at the dais, and I'm happy that it's Parade of Stars today, that's for sure. So June is Pride Month, and this evening, to begin my report, we have a presentation from our very own Miss Deb Cohen, a technology teacher, and one of her students.
Hello, everyone. I am Deb Cohen, one of the 2 advisors of the Genders and Sexualities Alliance. An hour ago, unfortunately, we couldn't steal any of the GSA members, but we got one tonight because they're all hard at work at their final assignments as the school year winds down. So I am here to share a brief message from the GSA before presenting the board with a very special gift. Jen Dahl, my co-advisor, sends her apologies. Her son made the baseball playoffs, so she's hopefully not in the rain supporting him. The LGBT community has been under siege as of late. Book bans, laws, and lies have spread throughout our country, all of which have impacted queer and trans youth. The GSA, faculty, staff, and administration at West Orange High School believe that every child, regardless of race, gender, sex, sexuality, financial status, family status, or anything else, should be treated with love. That's what the GSA is here for. We are working towards uniting everyone, regardless of our differences, because our differences are what make us beautiful. The same message we send as the West Orange High School GSA is the same message we wish to send as a town. We want West Orange to be a melting pot of diversity where everyone is treated with love and respect, and diversity is encouraged rather than oppressed. On June 1st, the GSA held a flag raising at West Orange High School and then traveled to all K-8 buildings in the district to deliver an identical flag for each school to fly and hand to show the district-wide support for the LGBTQIA+ community. Flag raisings were done with GSAs at Roosevelt and Liberty. Redwood had a school-wide flag raising with the high school GSA representatives. The other elementary schools were presented with flags to administrators, guidance counselors, and students. Next year, we look forward to pride flag raisings occurring at every school in the district. On behalf of the district and WOHS GSA, we're going to present a flag tonight. In addition, today at the high school, we did a Pride Art Day. It was supposed to be last week, but we'll add that to the Blame Canada list, where students came out all day and we're doing various Pride. Teachers came out. Miss Cumming was there, did her own little artwork, celebrating Pride as well and taking photos. So the flag that says everyone is welcome here, and this is Adonis Parrott, who is one of our GSA members. We hope that this flag can be flown year-round at the board office and serve as a reminder to everyone that visits our district that they are safe and welcome in both the town of West Orange and our school system. I and our entire GSA hope that you enjoy this flag and raise it with pride. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for that warm presentation. Later in the agenda, our board has the opportunity to approve our newly appointed administration at Edison Middle School. With our board's permission, I would like to take a moment to congratulate and welcome an outstanding duo who will continue to lead our Central Six School. Our staff and students have a bright future and very lucky to have them at the helm. At this time, I would like to call our new Edison Middle School principal, Mr. Steve Melendez. Please come to the podium. And ladies and gentlemen. Okay. Mr. Melendez, can I have someone stand next to you? Ladies and gentlemen, also put your hand together for our new assistant principal, Miss Dr. Carrie Orange.
Good evening, everyone. I would like to thank the Board of Education and Mr. Moore for entrusting me with the leadership position of principal at Edison Central Six Middle School. I would also like the following person to stand up. His name is Xavier Fitzgerald. Please stand up. I would like to thank Xavier Fitzgerald for always believing in me and for spending the time to guide me in learning the many aspects of a principalship. Thank you, Mr. Fitzgerald. I would also like to thank my wife who's here today. She knows how much I love West Orange and how much I love Edison Middle School. So I see a lot of students here who came through Edison Middle School and Mr. Fitzgerald were the duo. I just want to say that Edison is a school where our most precious gifts, the children of West Orange, begin the all-important transition to middle school. It is a place where bright-eyed students from 7 elementary schools come together as one. Numerous friendships are built, and many of them will last a lifetime, as you can see here right now in this auditorium. Most importantly, Edison Central Six is a place where we continue our West Orange mission to provide the highest quality intellectual and social emotional development for our students. It is truly amazing how our Edison students enter in September. Many of them are excited and many of them are nervous about the transition they're about to embark on. However, they leave courageous and ready to take on the challenge of 7th grade after being prepared by an exceptional group of teachers. I would like to thank the West Orange community, and I would also like them to know that Dr. Orange Jones and I understand the importance of the task that we have been entrusted with. Together with our outstanding staff and working in partnership with many of the parents here, we plan to continue to create a culture and climate of kindness, academic excellence, and to continue to prepare our students to take on the challenge of secondary education. Thank you again. Thank you, everyone.
Please be patient with me as I navigate this. I'm still like overwhelmed. Good evening, West Orange Board of Education members, friends, colleagues, community stakeholders. I wish to express my deepest gratitude to the Board of Education and Superintendent Moore for this awesome opportunity. I'm honored to be named the new assistant principal of Thomas Edison Central 6 Middle School, and I will do my best. I will do my best to ensure that all students have an educational experience filled with kindness, diversity, inclusivity, and love. I also want to thank my husband, David, for his support and unyielding encouragement. Happy anniversary. I would like to thank the best gift he ever gave me, my bonus daughter, Layla, my parents, my brother, my nieces, my in-laws. Like, I have a big crew, so I'm not going to name them all. You all inspire me daily. I want to thank Superintendent Moore, the board, and especially Xavier Fitzgerald and Lionel Hush for your support and belief in me. Always on my speed dial, and other people on my speed dial would be Ms. Mendez. She's helped me since I've been in this role, Kimya Jackson, Mark Lawrence, and Stephen Olszewski. I want to thank my Kelly Elementary School family and my Roosevelt Middle School family. You are always in my heart. Thank you to my new Edison family for welcoming me and embracing me with open arms. Lastly, thank you to Stephen Melendez for guiding me as I transition into this role. You are selfless and you lead with kindness, and you're one of the best individuals I know. Lastly, I got some more. Wait a second. Let me tell you about West Orange. West Orange schools are filled with students who are as diverse as footsteps along the beach. You don't know the path or the direction, but you know there's a journey. Each journey is different but special. I hope to be a conduit of courage for each student, inspiring every one of them to go out on faith, go on that journey, and experience all the world has to offer. I want students to be their authentic selves and live their truth. Education is truly the key that opens doors, and I want to be the student's locksmith. With Mr. Melendez, we will take Edison Middle School to the next level and ensure that the students create long-lasting memories of their educational experience. Thank you very much for allowing me to be my authentic self and show you who I am. I will not let you down, I promise.
Thank you for welcoming our newest administrators. But that just segues us right into the main event. Tonight, we honor our stars at our parade of honors. At this time, I ask that President Rock join me at the podium as we begin our celebration. Yeah. Okay. Good evening, Mountaineers. Had to do it. I haven't been on this stage in a while. Ladies and gentlemen, I need you to smile. It's time for us to celebrate as a one town, one community, as one school. I'm so glad that our board recognizes some of our stars, whether it be staff, students, administrators, assistants. I'm so glad that we recognize everyone that makes us work. So to start off with, I'm going to introduce our Board of Ed President, Mr. Brian Rock.
I want to get it wrong. Thank you, Superintendent Moore. And the first award that we're going to give out is the Mountaineer Trailblazer Award, and that goes to Mason Bashkoff.
You got it? I didn't know. That's sure. Yeah, no. Yeah, you can sit over there if you'd like. Next, I call our gifted and talented teachers, Miss Rebecca Jacopelli and Miss Megan Shala.
Thank you. We would like to recognize our top scoring students in the gifted program for their achievement in the Math Olympiad competition. This is a worldwide mathematics competition that fosters mathematical creativity and ingenuity while teaching multiple strategies for out-of-the-box problem solving and mathematical flexibility. We are so proud to recognize these students who scored in the top 10% of all of the students competing in grades 4 and 5.
The top fourth grade scorers who were tied with a total of 19 points are Gerald Callahan and William Oldham. And the top fifth grade scorers who were tied with a total of 21 points are Jalen Acasio and Finbar Schweiger.
Next, I call Mount Pleasant Elementary Principal, Miss Julie DiGiacomo.
Good evening, everyone. This is such a great night. I'm so excited. I see so many of my Mount Pleasant boys and girls, former students and families. It's exciting. So I have a dynamic duo that I'd like to introduce. And these are two of the most incredible paraprofessionals at Mount Pleasant, Mr. Anthony Romano and Miss Paula Correa. Can you please come up? Mr. Romano and Miss Correa are the most humble staff members ever. This is hard for them because they don't like to be in the limelight, but they are so hardworking, like so many of our paraprofessionals. And what I love about the two of them is that they are leaders, right? In our primary autistic classes and in our upper autistic classrooms. They've worked in both settings, both classrooms. Whatever we ask, whatever we need, they are there and they have so much love. Both live in, well, Anthony was in West Orange and Miss Correa too. And they love West Orange, but they love our babies even more. And that is what I love about them. And the staff at Mount Pleasant cannot say enough about the two of you. You know how we feel about you. Our students thrive under their care. And when the teachers are out or we need assistance with subs, they step up, their leaders. So thank you both for being who you are and the work that you do. Mr. Romano has been at Mount Pleasant, guess how many years? 14 years. And Miss Correa, 16 years and counting. And they're both coming back for more. So we love you and we're blessed to have you. I'd like to bring up Makeda Hewitt, the Gregory principal. We want to introduce our honors band students together since the 6 of these students were part of honors band. So we thought it would be appropriate that we introduce them as a group. Okay, good evening. Thank you everyone for joining us here, and thank you 5th graders who are here missing out on the dance for a few minutes just to be honored and to possibly clap on your fellow 5th graders for this beautiful honor. Mr. Giacomo, I am definitely going to need your 3 students' names when I mention mine. So we had 6 students that were nominated for the region band, and those 3 students happen to be, I'm going to call names so they can come up and we'll continue on explaining what they did. We have Anna Lucia Robbie, who played the clarinet, Morocco McLean, who played the trombone, and Micah Hodgins with the French horn from Gregory School. Come on up, kiddos. From Mount Pleasant, we have Hunter Pincham, Kingston Howard, and Alexander Richmond. All right, so congratulations to all of you. These 6 students represented West Orange Public Schools, their respective elementary schools, Gregory and Mount Pleasant, and most importantly, the very important work that the students accomplished over their instrumental coursework while moving through instrumental band at the elementary school level. To be more specific, these 3 students of mine and 3 of Mr. Giacomo's were nominated by Mr. Legatic to participate in the inaugural New Jersey School Music Association Region 1 5th grade honored band in May at Mount Olive High School. This included students from across northern New Jersey. They performed the Synergy March by William Owens and Magellan by Sean O'Laughlin. These musical pieces are not easy to learn and play for students only having a couple years of instruction, but these students not only were able to play their instruments, they were able to really understand how to play these sophisticated tunes. And they also were able to drive with a large group of students from across northern New Jersey, not knowing each other and just learning how to play. So kudos to all of you. We are so proud of you. We hope that you continue playing your instruments throughout your time in middle school and maybe even high school. Congratulations. Congratulations to our honors band members.
Ladies and gentlemen, I believe you've already met her, but the Gregory principal, Miss Makeda Hewitt.
All right, thank you. So our next person that we are honoring is someone for outstanding service at Gregory Elementary School, and that is no other person than the administrative assistant, Mrs. Dawn Brennan. Please come on up. All right, there's a lot to say about Mrs. Dawn Brennan, but I'm going to try to keep it with the time constraints that Mr. Moore asked us to. I'm going to try. Mrs. Dawn Brennan is the administrative assistant at Gregory Elementary School. As many of you may know, the administrative assistant in the schools in general, but especially in the elementary school, this is the person who takes care of the nuts and bolts of everything, from managing facilities, answering the phone, answering the door, doing a little security. helping out with before and after school programs, and keeping up with the principal's calendar and all the things that involves, including PTA stuff. Miss Dawn does it with such poise and with a smile on her face every day. She is the heart of Gregory. She is really the beam of shining light that comes through each day. She is the smile that you see as soon as you walk into the office, and she is that warm, friendly voice that welcomes everyone through our doors each day. She also happens to be the last person that sends our students home on most days, as she supervises the community house after school program every single day and stays there till the very last student is picked up. She works hand in hand with me each and every day for several years, and coming right back from the pandemic, it was just the two of us for quite some time. I finally was able to get a partner for her in the office, so she's getting much more help. But she really is my right hand and sometimes my left. She takes care of all of us at Gregory. We are so lucky to have her, and I could not ask for a better partner to keep Gregory's engine running. Miss Dawn, you are replaceable, and I am so glad to have you by my side. Congratulations on this award. And so that's right. We got her kids in the back, the whole family. All right. Mr. Moore would like me to announce Betty Madalena's principal, Miss Connie Salambino. Please just come on up.
Good evening and welcome. This evening, I have the honor on behalf of all of us at the Betty Madalena Early Learning Center to extend an honor to the man who keeps us sound every day, our buildings and grounds angel, Mr. Donald Massey. Being in a preschool is unique. And I can attest that Mr. Massey has seen things in his time with us that he might have wished he's never seen. However, each and every day, he comes in with a smile on his face. Everything is at the ready. He performs his duties with due diligence, and he welcomes us with open arms. Mr. Massey knows the names of every single child that enters the building, and I assure you, those of you that can, say hello to Mr. Donald every day. Not only is our building immaculate, but his heart is evident, and I will share a very brief anecdote. Mr. Massey is a very big man. Our children are not. Probably the most diminutive student in our building was having a catastrophe one day. The sparkles on her dress were falling off. She approached Mr. Donald, as she called him, looked up at him holding a plastic bag, and said, "Mr. Donald, I'm losing my sparkles." He came right down to her level, and the entire group amassed a search for her sparkles. And that is just one moment in the time that he spends with us. So it is really my honor to acknowledge a person in a department that doesn't get credit when they should. We all know that our buildings and grounds department keeps us moving every single day. And thank you, Mr. Donald, for doing it the way you do. Now it's my honor to introduce the West Orange Early Childhood Supervisor and leader of the West Orange Early Learning Center, Miss Kalisha DeLorean, and also my partner in preschool.
Good evening, everyone. Today, I stand here with the opportunity to honor one of my team members, and all of my team members are new because our department is brand new. So I would like to welcome Mrs. Margaret Pereira to the stage, who is the preschool instructional coach. Mrs. Pereira works effortlessly with coaching all of the preschool teachers on curriculum daily. She works with teachers at all 3 locations, and next year we'll be working at all 7 locations to ensure not only teachers are comfortable with the curriculum, but also implementing best practices to be able to support overall student academic achievement. She has worked tirelessly and extra hours doing dual trainings as both an instructional coach as well as a high scope facilitator. So for everything that she's done this year, I expect the most and the best from her next year. I'm really excited to work with her and to see how much we can develop our students in these preschool years moving forward. So thank you so much for all that you do. Now I would like to introduce the principal of Washington Elementary School, Mrs. Maria DeMayo.
Good evening. Tonight, Washington School is honoring 2 outstanding women. There are lunch aides, Christy Gray and Sandra Forshaw. These 2 women have a great rapport with all students and staff. They are also kind and considerate and sensitive to the needs of all students. In our cafeteria, they make sure that all students eat their lunch, and at recess, they directly tell all the students, these are the games that are played today. They review the games and then designate that there's only fair play. These women go beyond just being lunch aides. In all the years I have been in West Orange, they are the best. They provide a safe haven where students can talk to them and trust them and be with them. They have created a wonderful atmosphere during lunch at Washington School. Thank you, Christy and Sandra, for all you do for Washington School. Thank you, Martha. Okay. Okay.
Can you introduce the next person?
Oh, sure. Okay. It's Kimia. Yes. And now I would like to introduce my colleague, the principal of Redwood School, Kimia Jackson.
Good evening. Tonight, I would like to celebrate the accomplishments of one of our Redwood Rockets, little Miss Clara Lee. Come on down. Clara Lee is a 4th grader who only started school in West Orange a year ago, and she has already made an impact on the Redwood community. This year, when a new student arrived from China, she volunteered to be our translator and tour guide for the student and the family. Since then, she has continued to translate for our new students, and the Lee family, her family, has offered to assist the new family with becoming acclimated to our school and the West Orange community. Clara and her family are the epitome of the school motto, the school that cares. We thank you, Clara and the Lee family. I'm pleased to announce the principal of St. Cloud, Mr. Eric Price.
Good evening. I'd like to thank the board and Mr. Moore for having this great special evening where we're able to celebrate and recognize the good works of our students, faculty, and staff. Tonight, I'd like to welcome to the stage on behalf of our St. Cloud family, Mr. Mirek Zelchko, our head custodian. We affectionately call Mr. Zelchko Mr. Z. And Mr. Z, we are on the walkie-talkie dozens of times a day asking for his assistance. Z has served over 23 years in district. His wife has served 25 years, which makes the family of the disease over a half a century of service to the students, faculty, and staff of West Orange. So an amazing accomplishment. Z is loved and respected by our staff. He is really a member of our family at St. Cloud. We rely on him every day to put together all our, to facilitate all our school functions. He keeps the school sparkling. He is on call 24/7. And I mean that. We'll talk on Saturday. We'll talk on Sunday. Alarms going off, PTA events. Z is there. What can I do, Mr. Price? That's his ask. And I just can't say enough about him and his family. He is also an amazing Croatian folk musician. He plays weddings around the world, Croatian weddings. He's a super talent. His family is awesome. His son, his daughter is here tonight, his wife. And so we just can't thank you enough for everything you do, Z. And I'd like to introduce the principal of Kelly Elementary, David Marion.
Good evening, everybody. It's an honor to be here tonight to introduce to all of you Kelly Elementary's guidance counselor, Ms. Florence Chiricello, for her outstanding service to not only Kelly Elementary, but the West Orange Public Schools as a whole. As she makes her way down the aisle, Mrs. Chiricello wears countless hats at our school. In addition to being a highly effective school counselor, she is also the INRS lead, the 504 coordinator, our HIB specialist, a member of our CPI team, and the school testing coordinator. I don't know about you, but I'm exhausted just reading those off. Mrs. Chiricello balances these many responsibilities seamlessly to ensure that everything runs smoothly at our school. As a counselor, she provides a safe haven for our students. Her blend of humor, wisdom, and genuine care provides students with exactly what they need in moments of crisis and beyond. Mrs. Chiricello's over-the-top enthusiasm and positivity is infectious. If you've met her, you know what I'm saying. She dresses up as many different characters, is known to drop some beats, and isn't afraid to bust a move in her efforts to help create a fun and supportive learning environment. Thank you, Mrs. Chiricello. You truly are Kelly Elementary's Wonder Woman. At this time, I'd like to welcome to the stage Hazel Elementary's principal, Mr. Joel Castillo.
Good evening, everyone. And I'd like for you to all help me in congratulating Charlotte Marie Siebert for her outstanding service and commitment to our Hazel community at Hazel Elementary School. Congratulations, Charlie. Charlie brings a smile to everyone she interacts with every day. She is kind and a strong friend to all her peers in school. Charlie goes out of her way to make sure everyone is seen, heard, and valued. She represents Hazel Eagle that soars with pride. Charlie is our shining new kindergarten going into first grade. So congratulations, Charlie. Next, please help me welcoming Mrs. Eileen Aker for her years of service to Hazel Elementary School and the West Orange community. Mrs. Aker excels in all her tasks, from supporting students academically to lending a helping hand to a colleague. She is part of our academic interventionist team. She is trustworthy, reliable, well-organized, and able to solve problems effectively. Mrs. Aker cares for the whole child as she guides them to excel academically as well as socially. Although she leads a household full of Ranger hockey fans, I'm a big Devils fan. Those talents that she uses in her home, we see in our school community, as she adds to making Hazel a second home and family to all of our students and staff. Thank you for being you, Eileen. Please join me in welcoming the Edison Middle School principal, Mr. Melendez.
I'm sure many of us in this room have met an individual and said to themselves, boy, there's something special about that person. This young lady that's standing here with me today, her name is Scarla Grislane. I'd like to recognize her for outstanding citizenship. Everyone, and I mean everyone, who comes to know Scarla immediately says, this kid is great. I say that because that is exactly what Dr. Orange Jones and I thought the minute she introduced herself to us. Scarla is a kind student who lights up a room and who, whenever she and her quick wit, her determination to do her best, and her overall drive. Because of all of her outstanding qualities and how she made us smile every single day during the school year, I would like to really honor Scarla in front of her family who are sitting right out here and the West Orange community. Thank you, Scarla, for being you.
Hello again. I would like at this time to invite Mrs. Alyssa Wicks to the stage. It is a great privilege to speak about our Parade of Honors honoree for outstanding service, Mrs. Alyssa Wicks. She is, let's give it up. She is not a sub is a sandwich. She is an amazing substitute teaching professional. She is also a stellar human being who is graceful and kind. I've had the chance to know Mrs. Wicks as a parent first, as I had the opportunity to teach her children, James and Cara. She was always present and one of the best parent partners I've ever had. She is a devoted mother and advocate for her children. Then Mrs. Wicks started to substitute teach at Kelly Elementary. She was always dedicated to the children. She does her very best to teach the students in her midst. In 2019, my experience with Mrs. Wicks took a personal turn when I suffered a serious medical emergency leading to surgery. Suddenly, I had to be absent for 6 weeks, but Mrs. Wicks never missed a beat. She took control of my classes and taught science and social studies expertly, and she did so with compassion and care. For that, I am forever grateful. Now, as assistant principal of Edison Middle School, I get to witness her hard work and dedication daily. She never shrinks from an assignment and gives 100% every single day. It was a great pleasure that I honor you, Mrs. Alyssa Wicks, as my colleague, my friend, and my sister. Congratulations.
I'd like to introduce the principal of Liberty Middle School, Mr. Xavier Fitzgerald.
Good evening, everyone. Now, you know I'm going to say good evening, everyone. There we go. All right. So, September I'm gonna say 4th. I got a call, say, Ms. Fitzgerald, would you please come open the building at Liberty Middle School? Cool, got that, that's 2 weeks, I can handle that. Ms. Fitzgerald, would you stay for 4 months till we find someone else to come in? You can go back home to Edison Middle School. I'm good with that. Ms. Fitzgerald, will you finish out the school year? And I'm great with that. But if anybody really has worked with me, you know I work at the speed of yesterday. I don't work at the speed of today or weeks ahead. I work at the speed of yesterday. And so the person that I'm going to introduce had a hard time really adjusting to the speed of yesterday. And I got to be honest with you. At first I was like, okay, can she keep up with my pace and what I want to do and how I want to do it? And whenever you are a part of a new building, you realize that there are glue people in that building. Ms. Janet Capola is that glue of Liberty Middle School. There are things that Janet does that I have no idea about, and I'm cool with that. At first, I wasn't cool with it, but over the time, she said, well, she's worked with Bob for 17 years. She knew him in and out. She probably knew the size of his coat jacket for all I know. But at the end of the day, she knew what she knew, and she just kept doing what she was doing. And then when I would ask that one question, why? That's a very good question. Because every time something would be done, I would say, why? And she would answer it. And there are times I'm quite sure she got frustrated, and I got frustrated with asking the question why. But I got to be honest with you, there is no better person for Liberty Middle School, that main office and that school, because she takes 18 text messages every morning about who's going to be late, who's got to be covered, and all that other stuff that Mr. Fitzgerald doesn't have to handle. And so with that, I thank you for your service to Liberty Middle School and your service to helping me make my transition to Liberty Middle School. Thank you very much. So the next person I'm going to ask to come up is Daniel Creighton, the coach of our undefeated basketball team for Liberty Middle School. And I'm going to ask this team to come up also. There's a very famous coach by the name of Coach Krzyzewski, and don't ask me to spell that. He says, there are 5 fundamental qualities that make every team great: communication, trust, collective responsibility, caring, and pride. And he would like to think that every one of those qualities make a great team. So believe it or not, I took those 5 qualities this year when I started to interview for teachers in my building. And I said, those are the things that we have got to do in our building. And it started with actually watching these young men play basketball. Now, most of them don't know that I actually played basketball. I actually played at the college level also. So I know you think you could take me, but don't do it. I don't want to hurt your feelings. But at the end of the day, what I'd like to do is say thank you very much, Coach Creighton, for the ability to bring these young men together and to be a team under those 5 qualities that make a great team. Thank you very much. And young men, would you please come up?
You can call the name if you want to give it to them. I'll do after. Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. All right, so please come up, Liberty Middle School basketball, 15-0 undefeated. First of all, I want to thank our amazing administration, parents for all the support this year. Words can't describe how proud I am of this team. They had an incredible season coming back from a tough season last year full of ups and downs. They truly dedicated themselves to improving their craft in the offseason. And the result, the boys put in a special season, becoming one of the few undefeated teams in our school's history. So the future is super bright for these kids. I can't explain how excited
I am to see where they go next and where the story takes them. So once again, congratulations to the Liberty boys basketball team.
Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, I know that there was something that happened at the very beginning of this ceremony, which was they introduced Mr. Melendez and also Dr. Jones as the incoming administration. Please give it up for them again, because that is something that, in all honesty, for 17 years, that has been my home. That has been my good, better, best. Never let it rest till your good is better and you are your very best. And yes, I hear you over there as you say it because you remember it. It is what I have said for 17 years. And I have to be honest, I would have never left Edison Middle School if I didn't know that I was turning it over to the best hands possible. And they deserve that. With that, I'm going to introduce, because I'm supposed to, I'm going to introduce the Roosevelt Middle School principal, Mr. Lionel Hush. There you go, baby. Look at Mr. just walking up nice and cool. Slide.
Good evening, everyone. I would like to recognize two outstanding Roosevelt students, but I'll begin with the first. First is Jacob Jackson. Jacob Jackson is a natural-born leader, is compassionate, humble, and focused on impacting his peers and community in so many positive ways. This year, as the only 7th grade mentor in Roosevelt's Soul Mentoring Organization, Jacob successfully recruited other 7th graders into the organization through his interpersonal and leadership skills, traits he demonstrates on multiple sports teams, both in town and throughout New Jersey. He is also a very talented artist who started his own small business where he graphically designs clothing and other artistic items that promote positivity. All this while maintaining honor roll grades throughout his middle school years. Jacob is a rising star that is a phenomenal member of the Roosevelt and the greater West Orange community. Jacob Jackson. Next fantastic student I want to recognize is Rhea Randolph. From the age of 8, when Rhea found her passion for running, she has been achieving greatness, winning medals and placing first in the 60 meters in the Nike Indoor Nationals as a 7th grader. Rhea shines and leaves her footprint in every race. This past February, Rhea ran in the Indoor Nationals in Maryland to place in both the 400 meters and 200 meter races. She took first place, which qualified her for the New Balance Nationals in March. This was a major accomplishment for Rhea, given that she was a middle school student running against high school students across America. At the New Balance Nationals, Rhea took second in the 200 meters. Rhea trains hard and competes on the national stage while maintaining straight A's throughout her middle school years. As Rhea moves on, yeah, we can applaud that. We can applaud that. As Rhea moves on from Roosevelt Middle School, she will continue as a top-tier student athlete, where she will leave an even bigger footprint on the track and field world, along with her surrounding community. Ms. Rhea Randolph. And now I would like to introduce to you the Supervisor of Technology and Engineering for the district, Mr. Ryan Del Gershio.
Good evening. I'd like to call up Mr. Max Grossman, wood shop teacher, West Orange High School. So Mr. Grossman has a particular set of skills. He can build stuff really, really good, and he can build stuff out of wood really, really good. He might have actually made this podium. I'm not too sure. So throughout this academic school year, Mr. Grossman has shown remarkable dedication towards his teaching duties and beyond. He has completed several incredible projects for the school and the community. Some of these projects include assisting in redesigning the department display case, handcrafting wooden signs throughout the entire high school. Those of you who walk around the high school know it's like a maze, so those directional signs help a lot. Leading the roof design and construction for the solar-powered bus shelter, which we're looking to unveil next week. Building little libraries for Kelly Elementary. When you leave out today, you'll see the two little libraries to the right side of Kelly Elementary. Serving as co-advisor for the TSA, Technology Student Association. Completing the set construction of both fall and spring plays. Mr. Grossman's tireless efforts and contributions have left a positive impact on the school and the community as a whole. These outstanding accomplishments all come after he took on teaching 7 classes this school year at the high school. And more importantly, after he overcame cancer just 2 years ago. Just to give you one more bit of how important Max is, I was just having a discussion with our athletic director, Mr. Zakella, and he's saying, can you make a wooden logo up there, like make it out of wood? I said, I can't, but Max can. So put that on your list of things to do. Thank you, Mr. Grossman. Although he himself is not being honored tonight, I'd like to point out that this year has been one of our best sports years as a township of West Orange and the high school, and that's a testament to his hard work. Athletic Director, Mr. Stephen Zakella.
Thank you for the applause. I really appreciate it. You know, everything I've tried to do in my professional life is a product of what I've learned in school and through my athletics. And I can tell you, teamwork it's missing this day and age. And I can proudly say, with the Board of Education, Superintendent Moore, Principal Oscar Guerrero, and all these people that we're honoring and speaking of, I've never felt more of a tight-knit community than what we're doing right to West Orange Public School District. And I can't thank the Board of Ed for all of your support, Superintendent Warren, and again, Principal Oscar Guerrero. Thank you for everything. Before I honor our 4 championship teams, I'd like to call up one individual that I'd like to award him a plaque and a certificate. Salvatore Felli, come up to the podium, please. So if you wouldn't mind, just bring your attention to Sal, and I'd like to just say a few words. Mr. Felli is a parent of twins, Sophia and Joe, and sophomores. And but really what he is this amazing community-minded person. He came up to us last year and said to me a dozen times, "How can I help? What can I do?" What he's done in just a year has been pretty sensational. We will have had celebrated 12 of our championship teams at the Highland Pavilion at next to nothing, at no profit to them. And it's because of this man right here. He's the general manager. He's the general manager at the Highland Pavilion. And, you know, I talk about leadership, and I tell people, you know, leadership is when people take difficult moments and difficult things and make them easy. And just seeing the grace that he shows all of our coaches, our athletes, and all of our students, it's really spectacular, Sal. And this has been a long time coming. We've talked about this. There's a lot of people that really, really want to thank you for all that you've done. You've not only helped us celebrate 12 championship teams, you've honored our performing arts, our STEP teams have had their award ceremony there. You had us with our Mother's Day Lily and Lilac event. And there's a number of events that we have planned at no profit, right, Sal, in the future. So, but really, we got you this plaque and a certificate. And for all you do for athletics and also the West Orange Public School District, it reads as follows. This is our service award. Salvatore Felli, in recognition of your extraordinary support and generosity you have provided our staff, students, and community. The exceptional degree of care and compassion that you have given to our school communities and programs is remarkable and continues to make a difference in the lives of so many individuals. The West Orange Public School District is truly grateful for your contributions presented on June 12th, 2023. One more time, Salvatore Felli. Thank you. So believe it or not, even athletic directors make a mistake. And I made a big boo-boo today, and I want to apologize. What I'd like to do is I'd like to call on a family to come up and speak on behalf of one of our award recipients. And I failed to put the pieces together, but I'd like to call up Suzanne Pinnell. So, and I'd like to call Mason Bashkoff back up for our Trailblazer Award receiving.
Well, it's good to be here. I just wanted you to know that in 2010, there was an 8th grader who was attending Roosevelt Middle School, and he had an idea, a dream of something he really wanted in his school district. So he petitioned the Board of Education, and they gave him a challenge to get signatures on a petition. And he did. And with a whole lot of work for 4 years, of letters, of contacting politicians, contacting people in Washington, and working with people all throughout the state and especially in our district, from board members, teachers, principals, including Mr. Hush and Mr. Moore. And eventually, by the time he was a senior, my son Dylan Pinnell was named the first squadron commander of our now award-winning honor squadron, the Mountaineer Squadron. Oh, yes, thank you. Thank you. It is an accomplishment that we were awesomely proud of, but it was something that really drove the establishment of this award. The Mountaineer Trailblazer Award is given to a student, a graduating senior, who shows and has shown during their years in school something more than just amazing academics and athleticism and all kinds of other talents. It also shows an initiative, a drive, a kind of a spirit of not letting go of something, that you see something through, you want to do something and you really work hard and push for something and show a leadership, as Coach Zakella said, Athletic Director Zakella says, about leadership, where you take an extra step and you really guide something along until it actually becomes part of what West Orange schools are, and it becomes a legacy. And so in honoring what Dylan did, it also opened up an avenue to honor other students in the years since 2018, when it first began. And I am so proud. This is a young man that I've been watching on the Facebook pages, because it's so fascinating to see so much enthusiasm and beautiful expression in the media and the pictures and all of the participation for what Mason Bashkoff has done. So I knew his parents, and I can't even imagine how proud they must be. But it gives Donald and I such great joy to be a part of this, my husband Donald. And I wished my son could be here, but as an officer in the Navy, and they don't give you time off to say thank you to an amazing young man such as Mason Bashkoff.
Take a picture.
Mason, just don't leave the stage. Let me just say something about Mason. This young man, so I had the great honor of coaching Donald and Suzanne's son, Dylan Pinnell, and he really started our junior ROTC program. And I couldn't think of a more fitting award winner than Mason Bashkoff for the Trailblazer, and that exuded the spirit of your son. Mason has done for the Board of Education. You may not realize all that this young man has accomplished in a year's time. We hit, in just a little over a year, we've hit over 3 million views of all of our images on our sports photos. We've have 50,000 to 75,000 monthly users, genuine users, that visit and see our athletes, that celebrate our athletes' successes. Our website has been the #1 website, most seen, most visited website of any athletic departments in the whole entire state. And we're ranked nationally. None of this would have been accomplished if it wasn't for Mason. Recently, we were talking about an event, and he goes, Z, last year when I was assisting in this, we did this. And I said, Mason, stop for a second. We're doing great, but there's no one like you. stop comparing yourself to anyone. I said, you are 1 in a million. And if he's not 1 in a million, he's 1 in 50,000. Mason, you're extraordinary in every way. I'm going to cry when you graduate. Congratulations, love you, and all the best. He makes me look better as an athletic director. All right, now we're going to call up our 4 championship teams. So this past year, all right, you guys have waited. And I'm going to ask you all to wait until the last championship team is recognized. So this season has been I think our finest season at athletics in West Orange High School athletics history. We've won 8 major championships. 8 major championships. So without taking the thunder away from our coaches, I'm going to ask our teams to come up with their coaches, and I'll have our coaches say something less than a minute in regards to their championship team. So I'm going to call up 11-year veteran head coach Ed Scafidi, assistant coach Shane Dyack to the podium, and get up here our NJIHL championship, McMullen Championship Cup hockey team. Come on up.
I'll have your certificate, so you don't have to call their names out.
All right, thank you, Board of Ed, for honoring us tonight. Want to give a special thanks to Hayden, our principal, Oscar, and of course, our athletic director, Mr. Zakella. And a huge welcome back to Coach Shane Dyack. Welcome back. We missed you at our banquet, so you got a chance to be back here. Our team was very special this year with 6 seniors leading the way to another state eligibility. It was the first time in 30 years we qualified for states 2 years in a row. We are here tonight to celebrate the 3-2 win over Scotch Plains, making us the McMullen Cup champions. It was a very exciting game. Our seniors stood out, and little Lucrecio scored the game winner late. It was our first hockey championship since 2004. We want to thank our fans, our booster club, and especially the parents for making this a very special season. Thank you.
One more time for our McMullen Cup champions. All right, now what I'd like to do is I'd like to call up to the left on the stage the softball team, our championship Super Essex Conference, Colonial Division, undefeated in conference softball championship team, led by 4-year veteran coach Mike Marini. And by his side, assistant coach Jeannie Kivlon.
Thank you, everyone. And thank you to the board for supporting all the athletic teams, to Superintendent Hayden Moore, to Principal Oscar Guerrero, and to Athletic Director Stefan Zakella. All 3 of them have played at a very high level team sports, and they know all the valuable life lessons of what is learned through hard work and team sports. And having all three of them on top of the athletic pyramid certainly helps us all reach tremendous success. So thank you to everyone. I may go over a minute. I'm only kidding. I've been here a while. Anyway, softball won the conference championship for only the second time in school history this season. For the first time in school history, we were undefeated in our division, going 12-0. We finished the regular season with a record of 17-5, and we made a run in the state playoffs. We had an overall great season. So thank you to everybody for your support. Thank you to all the parents and the Parents Association and everybody who works behind the scenes to ensure that there is a positive experience and that all of our athletes meet their full potential. But the season is only as good as our athletes. And this year, I was blessed to have an amazing group of athletes that will succeed in whatever they choose to do in life, because they are truly incredible, hardworking, kind, considerate, but on the field, they compete to win. And I am very proud of all of the members of the Mountaineer softball team. Thank you.
All right, 2 years ago, we hired both our lacrosse coaches. Never have won a championship. The first one we're going to honor started our inaugural first year lacrosse program back in, I want to say it was 2002. And that was actually 2003. And he was I coached him in freshman baseball in 2002. And in 2003, he left baseball. I was a little upset because of the personality, the energy, the passion that he had. And I still see that passion 20 years later. I'd like to call up our head coach for our girls lacrosse program, David Perez. And following him, I'd like to call up our NJGILL Colonial Division Champions girls lacrosse team. Come on up here. You girls can enter the stage there. You can enter the stage. All right, either way. So before I turn the microphone over to Coach Perez, I just want to share some news. Just last week, Coach Perez was named the national team for Dominican Republic's U20 boys lacrosse coach. He'll be leading a country's lacrosse program. So proud of him. 2005 alum and a championship coach, David Perez.
Thank you. Thank you. Good evening. Thank you for everybody sticking around. First off, thank you to the Board of Education. Thank you to Superintendent Moore. Thank you to Athletic Director Zakella, and thank you to Principal Guerrero. It means a lot to me to win the program's first championship, being that, when we first started in 2003, On the boys side, introducing lacrosse, you know, we were fighting tooth and nail to just win a game. And now you fast forward to 2023 and you have a boys and a girls program that has won division championships. And that's a testament to this program. That's a testament to the people in this community. And I'm proud to represent West Orange. These girls here worked their tails off the entire season. I think the best is yet to come for this group here. And I couldn't do it by myself. I have Coach Christian, I have Coach Nash, and Coach Contreras who couldn't be here. And I'm only as good as the staff that I surround myself with. So I thank everybody here. I thank all the players for your hard work and dedication. There's a lot of former teachers in the audience, a lot of former administration. They're proud of you. Your town's proud of you. And I thank you guys very much.
We're so proud of our teams, and I'd be remiss if I didn't say that we have just about all of our booster club presidents here and a lot of families here to support our championship athletes, and without them, it wouldn't be possible. Our last team that we're going to recognize again is a team that has been here for 20 years, and it's been a long time coming. We picked the right guy for the position. Coach Crozier come on up here, Coach Crozier, come up to the podium. And I'm going to ask our championship lacrosse program, come on up the near side of the stage, stand in front of the step and repeat. So before I turn over the mic to Coach Crozier, little did we know when we posted for the position 2 years ago that we had a former professional lacrosse player who played overseas. And when he put in for the job, Mr. Moore and I were both on the interview committee, and we were blown away by this young man. And he is not only a lacrosse coach, but he's also a kindergarten teacher in Kelly Elementary. And I could tell you, he's one of the finest coaches that we have on staff. And it's been described that he doesn't miss a leg day either. So Coach Crozier, come talk about our championship lacrosse team.
Well, I'm glad we saved the best for last. Well, I want to say thank you to the board members for having us and honoring this team. You know, this is my third year in West Orange, and I've felt nothing but love for this community. And I feel so proud to be a part of this community now, not only teaching, but being able to coach just the fine young men that you see before you, and to be able to bring home, you know, the first championship in 20 years in the program's history has been an absolute honor, but it's a greater honor to be their coach. So thank you for the support. And this is only the beginning.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to turn the microphone over to Mr. Moore. But before I do that, I just want to say, Mr. Moore was congratulating the athletes and saying, like, couldn't you wait? Couldn't you have done it when I was principal? Mr. Moore, this is all a product of your fine work and all the support that you've given us over the years. So thank you so much to the Board of Education, all the administration, all the people we're honoring. And thank you, Mr. Moore. The microphone's all yours.
Ladies and gentlemen, just before we go on break, I do want to take time out to thank our new athletic director for such a fine display, but also what he has done for our community and how he has organized our athletics this year. Thank you so much, Coach. We appreciate you, Mr. Coach Z. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, you'll be happy to know we're going to have a break. I know you'll all return to see me on the dais. Take your, we're going to take a short break. I'm sure you'll all return. Am I begging? I'll see you guys. Have a good night. Please drive home safely if you're not returning. If so, we will have a short break.
I'll pass it back to Mr. Moore, Superintendent Moore, if you could give us your HIB report.
Thank you, President Rock. And I do appreciate the presentation and the crowd that was here. Thank you very much for celebrating with us. Since our last HIB report, which was our last board meeting, there have been 11 HIB investigation, only 1 confirmed, 10 non-confirmed. I have reviewed the summaries of the investigation and I concur with the findings of our anti-bullying specialist. Thank you. And that concludes my report.
Thank you very much. Do we have any committee reports from the board? No. All right, seeing none. I will move on to my president's report. I do not have a long or full report today. I just wanted 2 quick comments for the general public who may be viewing at home. One, we had mentioned that we were going to host a HIB training today. Obviously, we do not have it on the agenda. At a scheduling issue, we're going to push that off until either the August or September board meeting. So stay tuned for future details about that. And second, we often get emails from the community. So just so that you understand, if things come into the board members individually, we will not respond. You'll typically either get a response from me as the president, from Superintendent Moore as the administration, or the appropriate administrator. But we do read all the emails that come in. Some of my individual board members just wanted me to make sure that you know that. If you don't get a response from them, it's not because they're ignoring you. Ethics laws kind of prevent each of us from saying how we feel separately. And so we always speak as one through the president. But we do appreciate your comments. And so if you have anything you want us to know, please feel free to email us. And with that, we will have questions from the public on agenda items only. Any community member who would like to make comments or ask questions, please come to the podium at this time. Please state your name and home address for the record and then begin your comments. Please limit your comments to 3 minutes. Do we have any members of the public here in the audience tonight who wish to make a public comment? Seeing none, we will move on to our resolutions. May I have a motion to approve the personnel items A1 through 7?
So moved.
Thank you, Ms. Tunnicliffe. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Stevenson. I want to congratulate the following retirees. Brian Cohen is a special education teacher at West Orange High School for his 28 years of service. Gregory Marchese, a health and phys ed teacher at St. Cloud Elementary for his 28 years of service. And Rose Aiden, a night shift custodian for her 20 years of service. Thank you all for your service to the West Orange students and our school community. Best wishes to you on behalf of the Board of Education, and welcome to the club where every day is Saturday. Is there any discussion?
Just to add Kathleen Waldron, who's retiring at 22 years of service from Kelly Elementary, 4th grade special ed.
Thank you for noting that. I missed one, I'm sorry. Any other discussion? Seeing none, Ms. Flowers, would you please take the roll call?
Thank you. Mr. Ifker,
Yes.
Mr. Stevenson,
Yes.
Ms. Tunnicliffe,
Yes.
Vice President Huerta,
Yes.
President Rock.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right, may I have a motion to approve the curriculum and instruction items B1 through 5?
So moved.
Thank you, Mr. Stevenson. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Thank you, Ms. Tunnicliffe. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, Ms. Flowers, would you please take the roll?
Mr. Ifker,
Yes.
Mr. Stevenson,
Yes.
Ms. Tunnicliffe,
Yes.
Vice President Huerta,
Yes.
President Rock.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right, may I have a motion to approve the finance items, special services items A1 through 7, and business office items B1 through 26?
So moved.
Thank you, Ms. Tunnicliffe. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Thank you, Vice President Huerta. Is there any discussion?
Just want to give a thank you to the Edison Middle School PTA for their donation for the paint supplies, and Jersey Mike's, who also $440 for competitive events. Thank you for your donations.
Yes, thank you. Any other discussion? All right, seeing none, Ms. Flowers, would you please take the roll?
Mr. Ifker,
Yes.
Mr. Stevenson,
Yes.
Ms. Tunnicliffe,
Yes.
Vice President Huerta,
Yes.
President Rock.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right, and finally, may I have a motion to approve reports, item D1 through 3?
So moved.
Thank you, Vice President Huerta. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Thank you, Ms. Tunnicliffe. Is there any discussion? No. Seeing none, Ms. Flowers, please take the roll.
Mr. Ifker,
Yes.
Mr. Stevenson,
Yes.
Ms. Tunnicliff,
Yes.
Vice President Huerta,
Yes.
President Rock.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much to all of my board colleagues for that. Next up, we have petitions and hearings of citizens for any agenda or non-agenda items that you wish to discuss. You will have 3 minutes to speak. Please approach the podium at this time and state your name and address for the record. All right, seeing none, thank you all very much. Our next regular board meeting will be held at 7:30 PM on July 17th, 2023. This meeting will be held in the West Orange High School Library Media Center. We will not be going into executive session after the close of this meeting, and there will be no further business discussed and no additional action will be taken. May I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Thank you, all of you. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you all for joining us tonight. Our meeting is now adjourned. We wish you a good night.